I say. Hello and a very good afternoon. Welcome to Big Jet TV, ladies and gentlemen, and a man with a very long peak cap. I've been looking for one for ages, but the good thing is that I'm sort of like I am covered today by my extremely large canopy, which oh, there goes the earpod coming out already, Julie. That's good, isn't it? It's a good start. I swear I've got a little person. I've got a little person in my inner ear that goes like that. Over time. Anyway, whatever. So here we are, folks. London Heathrow. Hello to anybody from Heathrow who is watching, whether you're inside the terminal, waiting for a plane, or waiting perhaps to fly a plane. Now you might notice that we're a little bit closer than we normally are, because we managed to stumble across a parking slot, which is kind of ideal for these conditions, I tell you. Do. I'd say we're probably, what, 70 or 80 yards from the runway's edge at this point. So what we need is what will probably be very, very likely, I would imagine, shortly, will be a Dreamliner. Mind you, this is a 350. Come to your comments in a moment, folks. Just let me concentrate on this for a second. Now, these things can go up very, very quickly. Elevator's moving already. Look at that. Wow. And she floats like a bird in the sky. That was Slimcia, wasn't it? The bread. Do you remember that? Slimcia. And it was very slim as well, wasn't it? Can you imagine doing that these days? People would be complaining all over the gaff. Not buying that bloody stuff. Far too thin. There's no bread in it. I tell you what is nice. That's coming up after this 350 is a United 777, probably a 200, I'd imagine. Oh, look at her roll, man. Trent's singing away. But I tell you what, I'll tell you what's interesting. A short while ago, before we came on air, there was a Dreamliner that was rolling down the runway on its takeoff roll, or takeoff run, and well, here we go with that United triple. Oh man, yeah, these are going to scream, these engines. Yeah, and about halfway during the takeoff roll for that Dreamliner, smoky old engines, man, wow. I heard what was clearly the sound of, as we have found and heard so many times, and it sounded as if the brakes were applied. Most odd, obviously they weren't, I would imagine, but what was quite interesting, coming from the initial investigation into the Vietnam Airlines incident at Munich the other day, the pilots reported that at around about halfway down the runway, the aircraft stopped accelerating, which is obviously quite a worrying thing, isn't it? So whether at that point, if it was realised, whether the blustery, isn't it? And obviously some very concerning video footage from on board the aircraft, as well, of course, as the well, a couple of very frightening videos of the Dreamliner. One from a front angle almost, where you see it hitting the end of the runway, and the nose wheel running onto the dirt at the end of the runway, and as we all know, they lost tyres during that incident, which were as a result of damage to the tyres. Let's remember, these things spin at humongous velocity. And then, of course, it's also understood that the pilots obviously did a troubleshoot exercise to see what damage had occurred during that specific moment. And on the screens, I'm guessing the eCam, there was an erroneous, there was a warning to say that tyres had been lost, as in lost. Well, I'm guessing you're not going to physically know what damage has been done, are you? Initially, you're going to, you're only going to see, you're going to see a warning to say that the tyre has deflated. Of course, it wasn't until they landed back at Munich, because they went out, dumped some fuel, did a low fly past of the tower at Munich, who then said that they did not notice any visible damage, which it would almost have to have been a sort of like an air display manoeuvre, showing the belly of the aircraft and the undercarriage. So yeah, would have been quite worrying times for the flight crew, I would imagine, and also, of course, passengers on board the aircraft. Obviously, the flight crew would have informed the passengers that they were returning to Munich. This is prime for funky stuff, isn't it? obviously there's some video from on board the aircraft, and you do hear and see the moment that they run off the runway. There was no evidence of the aircraft stopping accelerating, whether that's also some of the one of the ops vehicles, somebody was filming from an ops vehicle, and interestingly it showed huge skid marks, which looked like they had come from both sets of main undercarriage. Big long black lines running all the way. You couldn't see the middle section, but I'd imagine that as that tail scraped the runway, that's when the severe damage occurred to the hull, and that hull was punctured, literally, at the seam, it appeared. But the flight crew were aware of the tail strike. So I've still got 45 minutes or so left yet before the switchover. When I say switchover, I mean a reverse of operations, folks. So that will mean that the aircraft will be landing on this runway and departing on the southern runway. Happens every day at London Heathrow. For noise reasons, they do it. Heathrow have always had a reasonably good relationship with the local community around Heathrow. Obviously, it's important to them to minimise people's disruption in terms of sleep deprivation and so on and so forth. They've had what is known as the, come on Jerry, think about it. It's an agreement. That's why we don't see departures on runway 09 left. Yeah, we need to get, we might need to go forward a little bit further, Jelly. Sorry, mate. Mind you, that'll probably put that tree even more into it. Tree, tree, tree. Nice. Nice old Air Canada 330 CEO. So I'm imagining that, you know, the NTSB and the FAA will be, and Boeing, of course, will be involved heavily with the investigation into the Vietnam 787 Dreamliner, which is still parked up at Munich. I imagine that they may have called in a relief aircraft or arranged for their passengers to be flown to the destination on another scheduled service, possibly. Yeah, what a great shot, man. What a great shot. Oh, tree coming into shot there. Still a beautiful shot. Okay, looking for one of them. Dreamliner 787-9. VJ Verdi saying speed dropped twice apparently on the Vietnam jet. Wow. That's what you don't expect to see, isn't it? How would the speed drop? Obviously the engine power was somehow reduced, possibly by the engine management system. Not sure how, but obviously that's quite an interesting investigation to look into, isn't it? That 36 seconds, that's quick. Arrow. Talking to Ellis about 36 seconds. What's that 36 seconds? I've missed that. Ellis knows his stuff. Oh, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. Or less. Yeah. Most modern jet airliners rotate in a, I mean, you count it yourself, folks. There's a little intersect going out now. I'd say 20 seconds or less, maybe, in some cases. Intersect. That's 20 seconds. 3, 4. About 30 seconds, yeah. He's probably right on that 36 seconds, you know. That was a very short takeoff, of course, which these modern single-aisle jets, the Neos, are very capable of. They call them STOL aircrafts, short takeoff and landing capability, able to land and depart from. Oh no, there he goes. 30 seconds. Rotate at 30. Wow. I should have a 380 sitting behind me now. Yeah, those 350s go up quick though, man. It's such an efficient wing. Oh yeah. Watch these huge elevators, man. Get this thing airborne with the slightest bit of back pressure. Here we go. Wow, look at that. Big old set of elevators on her. We were actually just in discussing that Vietnam jet, and in terms of the what we did discuss the other day was, and I was questioning the performance numbers that are inputted into the aircraft's computer or computers, which include the runway length, weather conditions, but massively important to the whole calculation is, of course, the fuel, the load of the aircraft, the takeoff weight of the aircraft. And of course all those numbers are initially calculated when you with your flight plan, your operational flight plan. A lot of those numbers, like your fuel load, your block fuel, your trip fuel, all of that stuff is calculated for you based on the aircraft type, the conditions, altimeter settings, all that kind of stuff. And there is, of course, with human beings, always the chance that an incorrect number is going to be inputted. Like what happened with an Air France 200 freighter going Charles de Gaulle to Mexico City back in 2014, where they 2015, sorry, where they miscalculated their weight by 100 tons. That's an insane number, isn't it? That also resulted in the aircraft, I think it cleared another threshold of another runway by about 170 feet. And the pilots actually, on the voice recorder, heard to be saying, she won't climb, you know. They did eventually make it to Mexico City. I don't know if it was an incident that similar to the Vietnam jet in terms of running off the end of the runway. But yeah, miscalculation made there. Human error. Interesting. Yeah, okay, I need to change these glasses because I'm struggling to see, mate. Whether I could have okay, let me try this. Okay, there we go. Gracie 0104. G'day. Taparay, American Airlines 787-9 Dreamliner to New York JFK, that last one. American 105. Thank you for that, mate. Oh, blimey, really? Wow. Wow. What, the aircraft or a passenger? Lawrence, glad to have you back, mate. Doesn't sound very pleasant. Sorry about that. That's my bad. There we go. Scotty Orange, Lawrence Cope. There we are, it was Lawrence, wasn't it? With his ruptured bladder. Oh, that doesn't sound too pleasant, does it? Nick Gray, hello to you. Rab H. Gillian Sankey. This is the Trent 1000 engine. Oh, 777 Lenny, sorry we missed you, mate. Interesting. I'm glad you enjoyed your stay at the Courtyard as well. Always hearing good reports about those guys there. Interesting to hear that, as some people may be aware, that, well, obviously Rolls-Royce have made some significant improvements to their Trent 1000, well, their Trent family of engines, it has to be said, to improve the on-wing time. In other words, the length of time the aircraft spends flying versus on the ground being serviced. The engines, that is. Now, apparently Pratt & Whitney have a new retrofit kit that I'm guessing their engine technicians are able, maybe, I don't know if the engines have to be removed and put into the workshop. I would imagine they would do, because I think most of the improvements are something that can only be done at the Pratt & Whitney facility, or at a Pratt & Whitney facility. Because although most of these major airlines do have engineering teams that do work on the engines up to a certain point, whether it's ancillaries, sometimes it might also be a software update, coatings for fan blades. namely the high pressure turbine blades is what they've because obviously the engines do get very, very hot. That is apart from the very front of the engine, the cold part of the engine. Wow, he's gone up steep, man. He's heading straight for my canopy. Wow. So yeah, I can't remember what designation they've given this this engine improvement for Pratt & Whitney PW1000 series. John Thane, I think it is. It's John Thane. This could be Stewie's brother. Yeah. Nice. Fish and chips at the Thistle. Oh yeah, that's recommended, I've got to say. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, look at this. It's one of their -300s, I think. A320-300. Of course, all of their 100s have been retired early, and the engines have been removed to help with parts for these -300 aircraft. It's hard to imagine, isn't it, that a national flag carrier have had to retire 50% of their, well, 100% of their, oh, that's my hat nearly gone. Whoa, my hat's gone, Jerry, my hat's gone, Jerry, my hat's gone. Reported, hat reported, gone. Down to the left-hand side of the van. Yeah, it's very easy to catch. It's like a giant wing, isn't it? Yeah, I'll tighten it up a little bit. A hair clip. Oh, thank you. Okay, there it is. I should be able to pick it up with just the peak alone. Hold on. It's that flipping long. Okay, it is back on my bonds. Okay, this should go up very quick. This could even go up right opposite us, folks. This is the A220. Very quick Ellis Chernoff, how's the food at the Hilton Garden Inn? It's good, Ellis. Yeah, I've heard good reports of the food at Hilton Garden Inn. Haven't eaten there, to be honest, but they've got a nice restaurant. Oh. Oh right, okay. Sci-Fly, it does look like a baby 350, doesn't it? I've said that right from the get-go when they first introduced the A220, or the CS300 as it was then, or 100 and 300, wasn't it? Very high power to weight ratio. In other words, power of engines versus the weight of the aircraft. It could go up as early as here. Maybe not. A little bit ambitious, Jerry. Probably only needs about 3,000, 4,000 feet. Great looking aeroplane though. And a wonderful aeroplane to fly on, I will vouch for that. Having flown with Swiss on their 220. Now an Airbus aircraft as well, of course, part of the Airbus family. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't sort of like do some kind of campaign with it being the baby 350. Okay, here we go. Yeah, judging by the very, very complex calculations that these guys do manually in their heads as well, which is so impressive. That Air France report that I saw, where the pilot had written all his calculations down to calculate the eventual takeoff weight and the numbers that needed to be inputted into the system, and he miscalculated it by 100 tons, which is significant. Another intersecting departure. Airborne. Okay, lovely old 767. Here we go. This one's for the. Here we go. So 300. She's got the winglets ever such a slight crosswind, isn't there? What are the winds at the moment? Southwesterlies, are they? Oh, I love that sound as it disappears off. Nice. I bet you the old designers, when they first saw that thing fly, were like, wow, look at her wing flexing, man. Obviously they would have tested for that, but maybe, I don't know if the design of it was to incorporate that wing flex. Not so noticeable on the Airbus, as we've discussed many times before, but you will see the flex. There it is. And that's the A330-9, of course. Big, long, lazy undercarriage retraction. Oh, we got a bit of funk in there, didn't we then? We did get a bit of funk in there, didn't we? Bloody hell, man, it's flipping. Julie, could you do me a favour and grab me the blue strap, please? The blue strap that's in the back of the van. Oh, very possibly, yeah. There's two. Whichever one's the longest, to be honest with you. I just think I might tie off this this post a little bit more. Or maybe you can attach them together to make one long strap. Please. Come and grab it in a second, mate. Wow. Yeah. Okay, you ready? Have you tied them both together? You've used the ratchet on one of them and yeah. Okay, all right, there you go. Thank you, mate. Well done.
Get a prize.
Did you get a prize? I'll have to think about that. Oh. Hold on a minute, folks. Of you, it shouldn't need that much steadying, really. It's oh, these are cheap and cheerful, these straps, aren't they? was that? Bronner Smith. This is the worst designed ratchet strap I've ever flipping known in my life. Never mind, there we go. Absolutely bloody useless. That's what you get. You get what you pay for, don't you, when you buy stuff like that from Alfred's. Bloody useless, man. Oh, that didn't work. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, that did not work. Oh, bloody hell. No, it didn't, because you... Oh, hold on a minute. No. This needs to go further down. No, it doesn't. Oh, I have to do that. Right, I have to do it that way. Right, here we go. Here we go. I've got it. I've got it. Yeah, nice one. Okay. That might secure it a bit better. Cheap and cheerful. Another intersecting departure. I'll tell you what I have done though, folks, as well. In my attempts to mix it up a little bit with the flight simulator. After Dean, one of our members, and also my instructor as well on the flight sim, informed me about the Air France freighter at Charles de Gaulle to Mexico City incident from 2015, and that led to the discussion of it was just an idea that came to my mind. Could we somehow do a sort of like a flight sim investigation into specific incidents and potentially recreate those incidents? Don't worry, I'm not going to be creating a debris field in my garden with a load of trash can lids and stuff like they do in that program, or putting a did make me laugh one time when they did a reenactment, and they were discussing the brakes, and as we are all aware, on most of these modern jetliners, if not all of them, the braking system is chunky, very, very complex, and they had some, like, you know, Ford Escort flipping disc and hub on the desk. What are you doing there, mate? It was very funny. I have to be there. You had to be there, but you know, they do get it wrong from time to time in terms of the physical componentry and stuff like that. You know, when they're investigating stuff like, you know, was the engine moving on impact, which would, you know, obviously on inspecting the fan blades and inspecting what's left of the engine, you would see whether the fan was actually rotating as it hit the deck. Like back in the old days, where the props used to bend, didn't they? The alloy props. The best props that were made were by, I think, Doughty, that made the first props for like the Wellington bombers and stuff like that, Hurricanes, and made them out of wood, Yes. So I put this to Dean, my instructor, my sim instructor. Asked him if he was familiar with the 777 freighter, and he said indeed he was. Of course, the Boeing flight deck is it's like getting a new manufacturer of phone. Literally, you got, it's a lot more complex than that, and I can appreciate it. Obviously, a different layout of the flight deck. You've got your upper panel, you've got your mid panel, you've got your screens, you've got your flight management, the EFIS and all that kind of stuff. But knobs and dials and switches in different places. But yes, we kind of went through it yesterday to see whether we could, and we tried my simulator, and unfortunately we had a problem with a parking brake, which is pretty bleeding typical for me. We've had it before because it's common to have bugs and things happen with flight simulators, especially when you're using things like rudder pedals, foot brakes, thrust levers, control columns. So we're hoping to get that bug ironed out, folks, and whether I'm hopeful that our friends at Wind Control, which are a developer, a hardware, I'm guessing possibly software developers as well. Do they develop their own software, Julie, for their stuff? Wind Control are very well known for the quality of their equipment for simulators, and so I've put a blagging email across to them, and let's just wait and see whether they're going to come back with anything. Hopefully we can get some new hardware from them, new set of rudder pedals. That would help immensely. But if you remember back in the early days of the Sim Challenge, where I used to have problems with the the steering and the flight controls themselves, the elevators. Amongst other stuff, and they just didn't function properly, and that was down to software or connections, actually, wasn't it, Julie, more than anything else? That was more down to the physical connection of those components, and that seems to be the problem that we're having with our pedal box at the moment for the rudder pedals, that is. Simon in Jersey, doesn't sound like you're massively impressed with some of my work. If that's the case, mate, then I can only apologise, and there is a lot of other things one can do than watching this kind of stuff. I know he says he likes the planes. Well, enjoy them, mate, enjoy them. Don't yeah. People do like the Sim Challenge. They do enjoy it. I mean, as you know, I get wound up by it myself, but if you don't like it, if some people don't like it, then just don't watch it. But there we go. ropey. Good for you, mate. One more round of Kima, I'm hearing. Good luck with that. Rab H parking brake a bit strange on the PMDG 777. You need to double dunt to release the brake. Yes, that's what we did. As in a double done, is it? Is it? We didn't do that. I just tapped the brakes, which should release the brake. But anyway, yeah, I know. Some people, you know, are get a little bit sort of like, you know, I'm going to turn this off because I can't be bothered with all the sim talk and all that. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, good for you, United. That sounds like somebody, one of those people that complained about why do you need so many ambulances to rescue people from the beach, you know. Can't please everybody, man, at the end of the day. Someone's always got to have something to say, haven't they, at the end of the day. I don't think it is bang on 100 years though, is it? Because I think the operators long before United 100 years ago, wasn't it? I know that there was, obviously it was initially right at the get-go 100 years ago. That would have been seaplanes and early very early seaplanes, wouldn't it be, like the Sunderland, the flying boats, weren't they? And of course, I think Boeing built at least one flying boat, and very, very unique days back then, wasn't it? Nick Gray, $50 super trat. Sorry, mate. Nick Gray, thank you. Thank you so much, mate. What's this, GP? Yeah, thanks, Nick, mate. Hold on a minute, mate. I'm just trying to get into the live chat on this screen. I can't get it. Oh, flipping it. I'm bloody useless with these things. Hold on a minute. What page does it say live chat on it? Just grab that one there. There we go. I got it. Lady Jennifer, I'm seeing coming up right up there. Stu and the crew. Penny Haskins. VJ Verdi. Oh, flipping heck. Scotty 2 parking brake. Yeah, it's a shame because the Airbus parking brake is very simple, isn't it? But I'm guessing sometimes there is a bug where it well, it is 3:02 now, so sometime soon we should have, in the distance, from a distance, we should have our first arrival. Oh, did we see Pinky? Hold on a minute. And there is the first arrival. Little bit blustery, I've got to say. Ever such a slight element of crosswind factoring in here. Just a little tiny bit. How are we doing with the slinger, Julie? Is the slinger anywhere? Did we see Pinky? Peter Wilson doesn't know about Sim challenge got past flying a kite. Oh, I used to love flying my kite, man. Always so aggressive. I had one of them triangular ones, not triangular, it was a, what's the, trying to think of the shape now. You know me and it was a dual control one. It was blue. Someone's going to say it. Okay, this is a good position. Right, we're right here. There's a touchdown zone. In the touchdown zone, right within it. Nice. Diamond shaped, I'm guessing. Yeah, that was a clean landing, wasn't it? Stunt kite. Trigonometry, yeah, just terrible with all that stuff. So yeah, look back at the history. United Airlines 100 years ago. I think it wasn't, I'd imagine they're probably, in terms of the operational airline, more like, you know, it's more like 80 years, something like that, 70 years, I don't know, I might be completely wrong. Maybe the very early days of seaplanes. So we're looking down the end of the runway right now as the pilot, naturally with his peripheral lower vision, seeing the aiming point. See, that screaming noise is the brakes being applied. Very, very sophisticated braking system on the Dreamliner, all electrical braking, of course. And yes, it does sound like he's down in the tube station at midnight. Rab H, YouTube tutorials are your friend. He's absolutely bang on right, you know. I've stumbled across a YouTube tutorial on the 777 by a KLM pilot. He talks a good talk. I would recommend him if you're thinking of jumping on the Boeing 777. Of course, if you're in the Airbus, far more different layout systems. Right, hold on a minute, I need to do something here. Wait a minute, I need to do something here. I need to change the geometry of my position. Let me just have a look here, hold on a minute. Ooh. Wow, who's that? We've got Aidan on the channel right now, waiting to work on that Asiana jet. When I say work on it, he's good. There it is there. He's waiting at the ramp now, and that's going to be either round the corner there, isn't it? Or is he around that we can get away from him or anything? Is he one of the guys there? Because Asiana parks down there, doesn't it? Somebody called Aidan, I think. is waiting to jump on that Asiana jet. In what way, for what purpose, I don't know. Oh, look at this. Another one. Oh my goodness me, really? Yeah, I mean, basically, to be a pilot, let's face it, you have to be good at maths. So that's me done for, isn't it? That's completely me done for. You want to see the pilots, and it was also one of the relief co-pilots, I think, or maybe it was the captain who did all the calculations with pencil and all that. It was just so impressive, you know, so impressive. Anyway, whatever. Something that would completely baffle me. I know my decimal points and all that, and where to sort of like with figuring that out. Although when I used to do my shutters, when I did my measurements, that was also something that involved a fair amount of calculation as well, in terms of the amount of materials that were needed in terms of square meters of. But yeah, really quite interesting and very impressive, I have to say. Anybody who has that capability and skill was really good at school, weren't they? I was terrible at maths, man. I hated maths. Mind you, I really did enjoy technical drawing, which involved some mathematics, yes, but only lengths based there, not volume and stuff like that. Mind you, a number versus another number is, you know, it's the divisions that completely stumped me, man. With that, you know, no good at divisions, definitely not. Multiplications, yes. Divisions in some way up to a certain point. Thank God for the calculator, man. Percentages, very easy if it's in the tens or the you know 20s. You know, like a VAT and all that is quite easy to figure out, isn't it? Because it's 20%. Look up there. So let me also, all right, fellas. Some poor tree in the back there has just been murdered. On its way to the knacker's yard. Tony Rivers, my technical drawing teacher was Mr. Shorten. We called him Ivor. True story. Ivor Shorten. Oh dear. Surely you could... it does remind me of that Alan Partridge sketch where he meets his old teacher in the petrol station. Yeah, we used to call him Sweaty. Oh, it's you, isn't it? I did look up the other day, you know, about the Finnair fleet of single-aisle jets, and honestly, to be honest with you, I think they've got to be getting on for the operator with the oldest fleet of single aisle jets. Those aircraft are 30 years plus in age. A lot of their CEOs, I don't think they've got any neos. Of course, from time to time they'll fly their 350 into town, which is a beautiful aeroplane. Look at that lovely 764 there, man. Isn't she lovely? John Grinham, £1.49 super sticker. Thanks, mate. Oh, hello, 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 hello. Stand by for a big set of GE90 115 starting up right in front of us, folks. We could get ready to hum with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're clear to start number one. The simplicity of one switch as well. Obviously you need to have all your fuel switches on and all that kind of stuff, which is really cool, man. There's your number one engine. Number two running already. Okay, might take a little bit of time before the combustor fires up. I think the number one is going to be the one that maybe makes it a little bit of noise. Quite a quiet set of engines here. Of course, it's the auxiliary power unit turning that engine now, the back end of it. Twin spool. Come on. No. No, you've let us down. So waiting for those exhaust gas temperature numbers to come up to the right level. You know that your engines are running at the they're running perfectly. Obviously when those EGT numbers are all it's up to a certain percentage normally. I think you wait for the engines to be running at a certain percentage before you're you call that you are ready to taxi. Oh yeah, okay. We can see we're gonna nice. Yeah, there's definitely a cross element there. Yeah, and I've got to be honest with you, you do need to have good eyesight when you're operating these simulators. Something that, as you can appreciate, I don't have right now. It is really, really quite difficult, folks. I don't want to harp on about it, but right, oh, here we go. It's a bit late, wasn't it? A bit late in the day, flipping it. Whoa. Heels in on the Dreamliner, here we go. See how quick they transition from the two main back sets to the front set. Another set of brake noises. And half of the reason for that is, you know, is the moisture on the brakes. and because they spin up to such a high RPM, somewhere in the region of around about 2000 RPM, those wheels will spin up to, and of course the brakes get very, very hot during the braking sequence, and so that very quickly evaporates that moisture that has built up inside the undercarriage components throughout the flight. Of course, minus what, 57, minus 60 degrees and thereabouts at cruise altitude, and on the descent quite a lot of moisture builds up as the aircraft warms up, or the temperature warms up around it. There it is again. And if you have ever travelled on the London Underground, that will be a very, especially some stations are much more, much noisier than others. But the sound that comes from the Underground, man, is, and I'm talking about trains coming into the station. The vacuum, the air vacuum and all that. Oh, look at this beautiful big bird. Isn't that gorgeous, man? For AvGeeks, that's just, oh, look at that. Don't you love that? Oh, you want to jump out and go and have a look at that, Jerry, because that is I love that Air Canada livery, man. Just this 777, how beautiful it is. You can see those huge actuators, those forward angled actuators. That is a component of the aircraft that I'm just going to zoom a little bit more on it. Sorry, I'm not missing anything. That basically, during the rotation of the aircraft, where the pilot pulls the stick back towards him or her, as the aircraft rotates, you can appreciate that as the aircraft rotates, it's kind of going to want to, geometrically, you would have thought, ride on its back wheels as the nose comes up. But those two big forward-facing actuators on the undercarriage of the 777-300 only is to keep pressure on the front set of wheels so that the undercarriage, the entire cart system remains attached to the runway. When I say attached, well, yeah. It's called the it's called the unstick angle, I think, where it unsticks. See, we've got a little bit of, yeah, it looks like the winds are kind of 270. Are they 270? Nice landing, sir or madam. Imagine. The beer's gone flat and the curry's gone cold. Okay, what have we got long range at the moment? I've got to have a hydration break in a minute. It's 230, is it? Oh, 270 with variables. Right, okay, so the winds are variable then. Oh, look at her, man, look at her. I mean, it's a bit of a butch aircraft, isn't it? Just means business looking at the 777, man. You wait till you see the 777-9, man. At this point, He'd probably still have his wing tips in the I don't know if it's obviously the wing tips will have a you know, a connection to the ECAM system. Oh, can you now? Yeah, but we're on the 777-200, aren't we? Oh, can you? I'm on the freighter, yeah. And that's PMDG, by the way, folks, and a lot of people will be familiar with that 777. That is, I think, is about $40, something like that. If you wanna fly the 777, but I would highly recommend going and watch the tutorials. Spend a bit of time familiarising yourself with the cockpit layout. The setup from cold and dark, that's critical. Nice flare, nice. Oh look, now I think that aircraft there is starting one of his engines, from what I can hear. Generally, BA do that a lot coming up from T5. I've been on board aircraft before with BA many a time, and also with Virgin as well when they've come out of the cul-de-sac there, starting their number 2 engine, starting their number 1 whilst we're pushing back, and then taxiing out on one engine. You can imagine how much fuel that saves every year. By just saving all that taxiing fuel. I smelt of pubs and wormwood scrubs and too many right-wing meetings. So we do, or have had, apparently, a yeah, I did have a title idea, folks. Big Jet TV Simvestigations. How about that? Does that work? And the great thing is that we've got a fantastic instructor on the other end of the line, who you will be able to oh, mind that. From Atlanta, that Delta. Yeah, no, Seattle, sorry, my apologies. So we're all set, folks, for our flight with Alaska Airlines to Seattle, and then on from Seattle to Anchorage. Staying in a different hotel this time as well, one that's a little bit more sort of like towards the town centre, downtown Anchorage, I guess is the best way to describe it, isn't it? So that'll put us hopefully not, in fact I'm mid-town, yeah. Shouldn't be that far from RAE. Although I don't think we're going to need to go there. I think we're fully kitted out for Anchorage. Wasp S4M is a returning first class member. Welcome back, Wasp. Oh, let's just look at this. float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Although I do call it Prince Charming, don't I? Prince Charming, oh! Ridicule is nothing to be scared of. Don't you ever. American flagship retro departing. Was that her that I just caught? Or is that her there? That's her there, isn't it? Look at the big wing on the 300, man. Hold on a minute. Isn't the gate, oh, a bit of funk, a little bit of funk. Isn't the gate for the flagship normally down there somewhere? Has she pushed? She's gone. Is that her? That was her, I'm guessing. Watch the flex drop off, man. Nice. Yeah, there's them brakes. I'm pretty sure that is what it is, the moisture burning off from the brake temperature, which does get very, very hot. Of course, on the Airbus, on some of the Airbus, they have brake fans to cool the brake system whilst the aircraft's at gate. I think it's mainly on the A330. Mind you, I don't know. I think you can have them fitted as an option. From manufacturers. The airframer, should I say. We've got China Southern's Dreamliner, nice, from Wuhan. She is currently at 1,500 feet and will be coming up to the. I think on the Boeing, the pilot has the. In fact, I remember yesterday when we were setting up the 777, you can determine the call-outs of the 100 down to 5 feet. I don't like the whole retard thing on Airbus. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not aware of what happens with the Boeing when you float it. In fact, I think on the Airbus it continues to call out retard, doesn't it? But this guy's now 100, or he's approaching minimums, which is the minimum decision height, folks, whereby when the aircraft calls out minimums, you have to have the runway in sight. I think it's more or less standard operating procedure across most airlines that you have to. So in fog or in a Cat 3 scenario, this is it. China Southern from Wuhan. Look at this. Isn't she beautiful, man? Rainstorm, that would look fantastic now. And we had some. You remember, folks, who was at Taipei with us when we had some torrential rain, didn't we? It was unbelievable, man, and had some great some great examples of reversers at Taipei. 330 with the Trent 700 is especially fantastic to see in action. Oh, we got following up through the back there. Okay, Wuhan went via the Lambourne. I think most of them are all coming in via the Lambourne. Oh, there's the big spotty 380 with Emirates Airlines at 7,600 feet. Yeah, around about the Lambourne that point, you want to be down to 7,000, don't you? So he's on his base leg now. This is Etihad's A320neo. Very nice. Look at this. Tell you what, mate, they pack a punch, those little Pratt & Whitneys, don't they? Or is that the LEAP engine? I think that might be the LEAP engine. Have a look at the shape of the cowls. If there's a bulge in them, then it's the LEAP, isn't it? Yeah, there's a slight bulge, isn't there? That's where the gearbox is. And it's a completely different gearbox to the Pratt & Whitney, which is more a planetary gearbox, which is sort of like part of the architecture of the engine. That's not what has been causing Pratt & Whitney's problems. They've not really been having any issues with the gearbox. It's just the early deterioration of the engine in terms of its servicing of the fan blades and or deterioration of the fan blades. But I tell you what, that's probably one of the most aggressive LEAP engine reversing or decel examples I've ever seen. These guys at Lufthansa have got both. That's got to be a Pratt & Whitney engine, isn't it? With that howl, which we're all so familiar with. So she's turning on now. She's turning right, heading 270. The big, the super. The Super Jumbo A380 with Emirates Airlines, still operating a fair number of them, I have to be honest. Obviously they are the biggest operator of the A380 in the world, and I believe I'm probably going to be continuing with them right the way through until at least maybe the end of the 2030s and into the 2040s. Well, that's what Tim is saying, the CEO of Emirates, or has been saying in the past, but they have never been very happy with the whole. And of course, Lufthansa now saying that they also, like Emirates, are refusing to take for their new 777-9s, they're not happy to take early models like the ones that we saw, for example, all parked up at Payne Field that time, which have all got to have a substantial amount of work put on them. That's a Dreamliner, or is that a triple? Oh, that's a triple, isn't it? So we should see the 380 appearing. Yeah. Okay, here she comes from, probably below, I would imagine. Come on, Jerry, get those eyes functioning, son. Oh, there she is. There she is. No, that's not her. It's a 320, isn't it? So literally pulling in right behind this 320. We should see the 380. This is BA627 from Athens that we're looking at right now. Beautiful 777 in front of it, man. Look at that big old lump. Maintaining a 3-degree glide slope right now. The auto systems still on autopilot. Some pilots, I'm guessing some companies have policy, like flying policies and standard operating procedures, where they have a minimum and a maximum amount of time to disable the autopilot. Of course, this will be disabled now. This pilot is manually flying this big old 777. Engines idling away, still in the climb detent. Oh, it's not a climb on the Boeing. I need to get to grips with that. Oh, she's overshot ever so slightly, but okay, there we go. Pakistan International Airlines, there we go. Remember their old jumbos back in the day, folks. Let's quickly go back to this 380, see if we can get the and these guys are also under the watchful eye of the head office, literally, or the systems that record exactly at what point and altitude the gear is extended. So I believe that your company policy is don't do it before and don't do it after. If you're late on gear extension, you're going to be getting an email on Monday morning. It does happen, trust me, folks. It has happened. I had a very interesting approach into London. Did she go via the Biggin hold? She didn't obviously hold in the Biggin, but over Tunbridge Wells, Sussex, by the sea, Eastbourne, that sort of way, Dartford, and then she did go up into, maybe, no, she didn't go up into, she didn't go via the Lambourne, which is normally where these aircraft approaching from the east do come in via. So it's not an odd approach pattern. Okay, the Singapore Slinger, Singapore A380 SQ308 has approached from the north and over the Pennines, down over Liverpool and places like that. Down from over the Pennines, which is beautiful to look down on, I think. Am I getting this all wrong geographically, or I am? Yeah. Okay. Flight radar. Oh no, she didn't. She's coming via the Lambourne. My apologies. The Slinger, that is, which is behind this one. Watch this thing thump itself down, man. Oh, nice. Nice. Go on, son. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Now that definitely is not idle reverse, is it? Although I have to say, there's a lot of power being transmitted through those reversers, and a hell of a lot of energy being delivered by those brakes. Just think of it, folks. Each individual wheel on that jetliner there has If you think of your conventional car brakes, where you've got one disc on each corner, and maybe one single or maybe two calipers, maybe a 4-pot caliper system on some of the Brembo brakes and stuff like that. But you just imagine that on these modern jetliners, the braking system is unbelievably sophisticated. So, and on each wheel, there are normally around between 4 and even up to 6 discs on each braking wheel. So that delivers an insane amount of braking power from those mains, which is why when you think of it from a technical and engineering standpoint, you can fully understand why the designers of the 380, when they did all the calculations, figured out that they didn't need to have any reversers on the aircraft, because those reversers, in terms of the stopping of the aircraft, they do obviously help. Have I? Oh, what, one of me mechanics wear ones? Right. Who's that? Oh, it's just blown off the roof, mate. Is he? Okay, thanks, mate. Thanks, fella. Thank you. He gave me, he retrieved me glove, that fella there. What a nice fella. Big fan, apparently. Thank you, sir. Okay, we should have the SQ, what is it, 308 did I say? Did I say it was SQ 308? Yeah, 308. Should be, okay. And we've got BA8 from Haneda, where we've been. Got the sticker on the suitcase. It's a very, you know, I don't know if on the shows that I've seen about the A380, they need a new one, don't they? Because it's got so many impressive factoids attached to it. But people, I think a lot more people need to be educated on how sophisticated these aircraft are, with, for instance, FADEC, you know, the engine management systems, and the level of safety that the airlines operate under, and scrutiny as well. Vietnam Airlines are going to go through a, you know, that could have been disastrous, that Vietnam incident, I'm telling you. Because its nose wheel went off the end of the runway as well, didn't it? I thought its nose was in the air. Oh, nice. Aeromexico flared that one into the ground, didn't he? Yeah, that was quite an interesting, sort of like hit the mains as he flared it. Bit like that Coletta 777-300 at Los Angeles, not Los Angeles, Miami. Yesterday I saw a video of, very close to a tail strike, very, very sketchy landing, got to be honest with you. Look it up, you'll find it somewhere. So SQ308 now at 1,000 feet and counting. That's a 350, isn't it? There's a profile of a 350, look. Very widespread engines, man. Yes, I know, Screaming Emu, you're absolutely right. That's why we never fitted a coffee machine in the van, because I I did the research and found out that, you know, like in camper vans and stuff like that, you have to have a generator. You have to have a generator running, which are noisy and smelly, and well, there's some very quiet ones these days though, isn't there? I could, yeah. Beautiful. Prince Charming. Oh look, he's been down the he's had his nails painted. Some nice noisy brakes there. Oh, DHL jet just taxiing out. Missed him. Oh, Vietnam Dreamliner is just over Brussels, did you say? Okay, there's one to look out for, folks. We may well have flown on this aircraft. That's from who, Julie? Scotty 2, did you say? Oh, from Spotter Train. Thank you, Spotter Train, for coming on the chat and letting us know. A 2-year member. Thank you, Spotter Train. And that is interesting that there is a Vietnam Dreamliner. Of course, the Vietnam Dreamliner that had the issue the other day is grounded and still at Munich. God knows what they're going to do. They'll have to fly it somewhere under 10,000 feet to undergo those hull repairs. Oh yeah, go on, mate. Here we go. Oh, caught a little bit there. Big old 22-wheeler. I think 16 of her wheels are braking. So getting back to what we were talking about a little while ago, folks, about the brakes. Imagine that each wheel on that aircraft has probably got, each wheel has got the braking power of like a Formula One car, or in fact maybe even more aggressively than that. But how impressive is that, man? Hydraulic brakes, of course. Oh, really? I don't know about that, Julie. I think you'd have to look into that to see whether that's whether that would like. Are you talking about my coffee machine that I've got at home? Are you telling me that I'd be able to make a cup of coffee? Really? Interesting. Well, that's in the summer then. We'll have to get another anchor, won't we? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, the obviously the some of the videos and images that are doing the rounds of the Vietnam Dreamliner are quite horrific, it has to be said. I think she lost, didn't they lose like, because it's 8 wheels, isn't it, of course, 4 on each side. Didn't it lose 6 of its main gear tyres or something like that when it landed back at Munich? Did a very low fly past of the tower in Munich. Which is pretty cool, isn't it? Imagine being there to see that and witnessing that thing sort of like doing it had to sort of semi-buzz the tower so that they could, the tower could tell them that there was no visible damage to the undercarriage, is what they said. I would have said that, looking at it from, it would have been at least quarter of a mile, wouldn't it, away from the tower. That's dangerous overflying an airfield these days at that altitude, in order to give the tower a good look at the undercarriage to see what damage was done to any tyres or anything else. But I'll tell you what they did miss was there's a dirty great big streak down the back of your fuselage with a humongous great big crack in it, and that, to repair that hull, the aircraft hull, don't forget folks, this is a hull that is woven, very complex way that they make these the segments of the fuselage. Obviously it's the empennage section. Whether that will be able to be replaced, I don't know. It's not a very young aircraft, is it? It's quite an old aircraft, isn't it? Vietnam's Dreamliner. It's one of the older ones, I'm led to believe. So could they potentially write that hull off? And if they do, it's nobody else's fault but theirs. I'm sure Boeing would do them a deal. I mean, you know, in terms of you'd have to part the aircraft off, utilise the engine, use the engines as spares, of course, for other aircraft within the fleet. From somewhere I wouldn't even know how to pronounce it. Palma de Mayo, is it? Palma de Mayo or Malo? Parma de Malo. BA459 from Palma. There we go. How about that? It's a bit better, isn't it? So yeah, the Dreamliner made up, the fuselage made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 sections. Obviously the nose section, the front section, the mid section, the wing box section, the aft section, and then the empennage, which is obviously that that last segment there. And of course these are these fuselage segments are manufactured using roller systems that I mean, based on a very old sort of system of manufacturing, but one that's probably, you know, unlike Airbus, who use paneling, carbon paneling, preformed and fabricated carbon paneling. The Boeing is like a string almost that winds around a box to create a circular form. Oh, sorry folks, that's bad. Sorry. A slip of the finger. Can't imagine what it's going to be like in the winter, man. It's going to be great with the water in it, with the wet, with the rain. That's what we need. And I'll have the protection of my big umbrella. Under my umbrella, Ella, Ella. Ella, Ella, Have we flown that one? Of course, not all of Airbus's aircraft are carbon bodied. The A350, of course, is a carbon fuselage, which is what that is made up of there. And the reason why Airbus call it the XWB, oh, I've done it again, is because it's which stands for extra wide body. Now, if you Google fuselage profile cutaway of an A350, it may. Let me just see if I can bring that up myself on Google, because it is pretty amazing. The form of the A380 fuselage is actually not so much tubular like the 787, but it goes outwards towards the windows and then more tubular underneath. So it has a very similar profile to the Halifax bomber, believe me folks when I say that. If you look at Halifax bombers being built during the war at the factories, you'll see the fuselage profile is very sort of like straight edged, straight sided, kind of like what the A350 is when you look at it. I'm sure there is a picture online of the A350 fuselage without its, well, actually its floor has been attached or inserted, should I say, yeah. But hopefully some people will be frantically looking that up now and knowing exactly what I'm talking about, maybe. Hey, that's not Pinky there, is it? No. It's a Jenny, isn't it? Okay, let's have a look at my flight radar and see who I've got on approach. Let's have a look over Europe and see. Okay, there's some heavies there. Oh, what's that? Oh, hello. From Dubai, we've got EK31. Just north of Oosterde. What the hell is that? It's not Ostend, is it? Ostend's somewhere completely different now. Well, I don't know. No, yeah, Ostend's Belgium, yeah. Ostend is also right on the... yeah, it is north of Ostend, isn't it? Only just. 40,000 feet, probably at the... start of its descent. Oh mate, this wind's getting a bit gnarly for the old I might have to take the umbrella down. Umbrella. I might have to take the Ella down. Oh, there's the other glove. Okay. Bloody hell, mate. Sorry, folks. I'm just bringing that down. Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't. No. Hold on a minute. That's not going to work. Oh my god! I can't tilt it into the wind. That's the problem. Although I'll tell you what, it does have a tilt mechanism on it. And there we go. Now I've tilted the umbrella, Ella, into the wind. In. Hold on. There we go. So as you can see there, folks, this umbrella, Ella, that I bought a long time ago. I bought it actually for Farnborough, didn't I, Jerry? Do you remember? I bought it for Farnborough, and I've obviously attached it to the deck here, and also to the roof as well, because there is a lower platform, the original platform that I filmed from, and there is a okay, so you can blow all your light wind. I don't. Nice Embraer E2 jet. It's a lovely little aeroplane, folks. If I ran an airline, I would have these aeroplanes. Definitely in my single aisle fleet. And you know, for the regional side of things. Oh, my umbrella's in the way. Ella. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, empty bins in front of T1. Okay, now you know what? Emptying bins, did you say? Yeah, but my problem here I've got is that the umbrella, Ella, is in the way. So I'm gonna have to, somebody emptying some bins, which I'm missing apparently. Can I, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Now, can I rotate that umbrella a bit? Hold on. That's quite sturdy, that lock on it, I've got to be honest. Right, in front of T1. Well, T1's over that way, isn't it? What, the old T1? It's going to put him over that sort of way, isn't it? It's not in there, is it? Okay, so we've got EK31 inbound, folks. Got a nice Turkish 777 over the channel now. EK31 is over the channel now, by the way. Are we looking for a call out, Julie? A potential call out for later? Anything that's sort of like it would probably likely be another Emirates 380, I would imagine. I'm just looking on the flight path of EK31 now on flight radar and following the line back to Dubai to see if there's another 380 on that path. Mind you, they do fly polar flights, don't they, Emirates? They fly polar, don't they? Was that him down there? Oh, hold on. I think that might be him, you know. Give it 20 seconds for it to reach him. Has he got it on the Bluetooth in the cab? Blink once for yes and twice for no. and knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Oh, light up the bus. Okay, what is taxiing now at Dubai? Let's have a little look and see what is. Okay. Oh no, that is Istanbul, man. What are you doing, Jerry? That's Turkey, you flipping idiot. Okay. Oh my darling. That's not him, is it? Someone else emptying bins. Oh, no, he's not emptying bins. He's got the bins, hasn't he? He's not physically doing. Oh, he was parked alongside them. That's got to be them then, isn't it? Because that's sort of definitely bins around him, isn't it? Screaming Emu, can I see that again? The T1 pier. Well, the ex-T1 pier. He is an ex-T1. He's an ex-terminal. Pining for the fields? Oh, yeah. It's Norwegian blue, isn't it? Yeah. Lovely plumage. Yeah, big old demolition job going on over there, man. Refurbing the entire Terminal 1. There's a lot of money being spent there, folks. Well, I mean, obviously that's the first terminal ever to be here at London Heathrow. That incorporated the Queen's building, I think. That old radar tower over there has been there for a long, long time, and that is the one that is not functioning. It's just got obviously anti-collision lighting on it. That tower there is an old red brick structure that would have been around Queen's building, I would imagine, thereabouts. Oh, fantastic. If I didn't have this canopy at this angle, Jilly, I'd be getting hit quite badly by the the canopy will probably blow off, doing a Mary Poppins on me, I'd imagine. Have we got Angry Tug here or not? Oh no, he's taxiing, isn't he? I reckon you could fly this this canopy. Your pal Palpatine. When they do the same to Los Angeles, would it be XLAX? Yeah, we only just saw the beginning, if you remember, of the teardown. This structure here, where they were carrying out some works in there, and we couldn't figure out what it was. Obviously, for health and safety reasons, when demolishing a place where there are so many public, general public walking around, the level of security and health and safety is absolutely incredible. I've been to the safety meetings at Heathrow with the contractors having to work to some very strict guidelines, like when they have to come through security. We've had some instances where some for health and safety, where some bloke they showed a picture of some bloke wearing a flipping, he'd made a mask out of a bleeding bottle of a plastic bottle of fairy liquid or something like that. It was quite comedic, to be honest with you. And some of the injuries that you see, of course, obviously doesn't happen so much anymore, I would imagine, but it does happen from time to time. Nice. Oh yeah. Oh, Kanamori wishes he's flying that one, I tell you. Was that him? Was that him? Okay, count to 20 seconds. Wear his lights out. Nick Gray, 3.5 minutes behind on sound, Julie. Nick Gray. Yeah, you don't see the Croatian A220 very much, do you? Of course, in the newer livery. Look, mate, this paddock wouldn't boom if you put 20,000 volts through it. There he goes, I saw him. He twitched, he twitched. What's that, GP? Say that again. He's near the diggers. He's near the diggers. Oh, what? Oh, is he? Okay. I'm looking out for somebody to... Of course, all these contractors, they're bleeding heroes, really, aren't they? Working in all these conditions, in the crazy heat and temperatures that we've been having recently, and right the way through the winter, in the freezing conditions. I tell you what, I can still feel the wind whipping up under the canopy. Oh, hold on, there's another 220. Oh no, hold on a minute. Air Baltic, launch customer for the 220. Mate, you can stop all that rustling now. Look here, Nick. Very rustly bag, isn't it? Oh, wrong drink, mate. You got the wrong drink. Oh. Russell, flipping Russell. There we go, there we go. Right. Oh no, it's still the exceptionally long What's that? Sorry, mate. A bit to the right, you say? Oh, mate, hold on a minute. in a tug to the right of that lorry. Oh, bloody hell, mate. This flipping canopy is causing me a load of jip, innit? Hold on. Oh. Yeah, but hold on a minute. Tug to the right, okay. EGPX asking if a tourist was recently injured from jet blast from an aircraft at Skiathos recently. Oh, wouldn't surprise me, you know, because the end of that runway is just all gravel, and that gravel is constantly broken up and you know, it's almost powderized, and so when a jet does go out, it blasts all of that grit and little stones and pebbles in a tug to the right of him, you said, didn't you, Julie? Oh, hold on a minute, I might have seen something flashing. Hold on. Was I seeing something flashing just then? There is a little tug, it's very little tug. Oh, there he is, look. Good old boy. Tell you what though, mate, this is a flipping, this is a godsend, this canopy, innit? Can you see it? Can you see how effective it is in terms of blocking the wind? And I'm just thinking of the future with the rain, you know. But you need to follow the aircraft all the way down the runway, so you don't want it squally, do you? You don't want wind. I might need to, I don't know how I can reinforce it, to be honest with you. I wouldn't like to, you know, those tie straps. Yeah, you wouldn't want to tie those straps. Sorry folks. So I need to be tracking these aircraft all the way down the runway, don't I? And so, with these blustery winds, very derated. Now you can see he didn't need any reverse thrust there, because the wind practically did everything for him with his ground spoilers. Hitty-vitted. Yeah, I wouldn't want to. I'd need to. We don't need any of that, thanks. Yeah. No, you're all right, mate. I've been doing this for 10 years. I know which I know what's my, oh blimey, angle of attack on that ANA triple, man. Oh, sort of rode out on those mains then, man. Wow. Whilst there's a little bit of a lull, well, there's a little bit of a lull in the, I wonder if I can get this. Around here and around there. No, that ain't going to work, is it? I need the steps up here. Oh, bloody hell. Hold on, folks. I'm trying to jerry rig a strap onto the upper canopy of this. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's working. Now, if I can. Just basing that on the angle of that, I think that by extending that and putting that into there, I think there's a possibility that oh, I don't know though. Sound too happy, does it? Yeah, cheap and cheerful, these bleeding ratchets. Proper cheap and cheerful, man. Get what you pay for when you buy stuff like this, man. I need is a pair of scissors so I can make that into a point rather than a flat edge. That's bloody terrible, that is, mate. Oh my goodness me. Useless. Okay. There's no other straps in the back of the van, is there, Julie? You know, like there's a black one. Is there a black one? No, this is flipping useless, mate. This is bloody useless. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. I'm trying. Yeah, but I'm missing them when they go past me. That's why I'm trying to do this. Oh, look at this thing hanging in the air, man. Now, he might plonk this one down, or is he going to run it nice and true and soft? Oh, she's high, isn't she, man? Is this Malaysian? Well, look, there you go. Look at that rebound. percentage of yeah. What's that black one there? No. You're all right, mate. You're all right. I'll make do with what I've got, Julie. Thanks. Okay, here we go. I think I might have got this one. All I'm trying to do is to anchor this off. There we go, I've got it. So if I let this fall back, if I let this fall back, oh, come on, man. Oh, wait a minute. This ain't good. This is hung up. This thing's hung up, man. Oh, it's difficult. Normally the little thumb activated the little has been known to be a little bit temperamental, but that is not doing the trick. Okay, all right. Don't worry, folks. I won't miss the 380. Oh, missed Indigo. Which one, Julie? Vietnam Airlines next in. Wow, look at this, folks. I can't move this flipping thing around, can I? Nice. Nothing wrong with those brakes, mate. Nothing wrong with those brakes. has dropped quite considerably now, hasn't it? This looks like a 737. No, yes it is, it is. Royal Emirates Max. Wow, how fast was that? That looked a very fast, high-speed landing, man. Here we go. Stock livery in it. Bloody useless. Hello. This is locked out. Oh, there we go, there we go. It's unlocked. Come on, son. There we go. Oh, there we go. It's now locked. Brilliant. Okay. So now I'm wondering whether I shouldn't just take this umbrella off. Off. Umbrella, Ella. But that's going to throw it right in front of everything there, isn't it? No, but that's going to allow me to put it down. There we go. Is that down? Come on, son. Down you come. Yeah, mind your big hat, mate. Come on. Oh my God, why won't this come down? Oh, flipping it. It'll only go up. Oh, bloody hell. Why is that locked in there like that? Oh, sorry, folks. Oh, where is it fouling on? It's fouling on something, isn't it? Oh, it's fouling on that, fair enough. Okay, I see now. Sorry, folks. I'm just trying to make this adjustment here because the umbrella, I'm trying to put the umbrella down so as to stop all this faffing around. And now that's in the poxy way. Hold on, let me move that. Let me move that. There we go. Now that should just come straight down. Okay, there we go. Now I'm fully exposed to the sun. And I'm just going to tie this off. My umbrella, Ella that is. Just let me turn that. UV index of 2. Okay. Well, that's not so bad. 23 degrees. That's. Can work with that, can't we? Yeah, I know. Okay. Okay, there's the umbrella, Ella. Right. Okay, let me just plonk that there so I can put my drink on it. Yeah, it's a good job I managed to do that, Julie, basically, because that's a shame, though. If the wind was to drop considerably. Is that Herbert Sandler has thrown £1.49 super sticker across? Thanks, mate. Thanks, Herbert. But I tell you what, though, Julie, I have to be honest. In fairness, now I've taken that canopy down. It was brilliant because it was blocking all that intense sun. I'm just wondering whether if I put it back up, I can, instead of tilting it at an angle, just put it down so that it's almost right, sort of like level with my head or with the camera. If I did that, let me just have a little look here. Just tie that off there. Hold on. Wait a minute. If I put that there like that, it's obviously still going to. Trouble is, how am I going to erect it? Hold on. Bloody hell, man! This thing's very, very tight. Oh, there we go. No, I need something to push that up with, said the actress to the bishop. Oh, for flipping X's sake, mate. Mind you, I can stand on this, can't I? Just missed an Iberia 350. You flipping. Okay, that's it. And let's bring it right down here so it's level here. Okay, there we go. We don't need any departures, do we? Okay, there we go. There we go. Right, we're done. I've now got the canopy at the right angle. Well, I say at the right angle, the right height, so that I'm not getting that intense sunlight bleeding in through the flipping bleeding. It's all down now to the integrity of this, of the framework of this umbrella Ella. You know what would be a good thing would be to cut holes in it, which is not good for rain though, is it? But that's for when you cut holes. Let the air flow a little bit better through it. Is that better? There we go, thank you. Thanks for your patience, folks. Having to do a little bit of manual work just to make things a little bit easier for yours truly in terms of me mince pie. Lovely old 200, isn't it? Look at that. Yeah. Having a look at those engines, looking at the profile of them. The LEAP engine has got that sort of CFM56 sort of profile, ever so slightly though, and more obvious looking at it head on, where you see the you see where the engine cowl has been fabricated around the gearbox to make life easier for the maintenance teams. What's that, Jelly? You doing what? Alright, okey-doke. Yeah, there was a quite an interesting video I saw of a JetBlue incident where there was the JetBlue, the pilots were calling immediate there was a kid on board apparently having was fitting, I think, and the pilot was disregarding everything, or going against everything that air traffic control said. Air traffic control said, you can't land on that runway, sir. He said, we're going to land on it, mate, like it or lump it. Final word, we've got a child here in desperate need of assistance. That's my final word. I'm landing on this runway. Nice. Wasn't that nice? Stu and the crew gifting 5 channel memberships. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. And there's a £10 super chat from Diana Lee. Buy your own. Oh, okay. What? Buy my own what? Where have you gone, Jelly? Okay, can you get us a coffee? Coffee. Please, if it's possible. Well, if you're going to the toilet, can you turn the phone off, please? So I don't get any sound effects. Okay, go on then, cut it off. There's Finnair's A350. Beautiful. I don't know what they're like to fly with, Finnair, but I'd imagine being that sort of like a Nordic sort of like up that region of the world. They're probably very nice cabin crew, I would imagine, and flight crew. The right word to use, Nordic, or that sort of like I don't know. But yeah, she's a beautiful aircraft in all white, isn't she? Each day. Such a smart design. The architecture of the nose of the Dreamliner, the windshield. The profiling is just incredible. There's absolutely, well, there is just no raised section like on a traditional airliner design that you see, even on the 350. Mind you, I think a lot of it has to be said with the canopy paint as well, like what a lot of operators have done with their 350 fleet by rounding off the paintwork around the canopy, the flight deck windows, as you can see there, giving it a much more sort of like rounded profile. But the Dreamliner is absolutely incredible in terms of how low profile it is, even in its stock form without any paint on it. Almost looks like it's painted on, whereas you see the geometry of this thing. But the Neo, I have to say, that's not the Neo, that's the CEO. the Neo with its optional windscreen paint as well that a lot of operators use. Some don't, but I like what I'm not sure who came first, whether it was I think it was maybe, well, because you know, Air Canada with its canopy paint, was that with us before Airbus introduced their canopy paint strategy as an option. Turkish is one of those operators taking up that option. Nice. Lenny met a 320 first officer, had a nice chat, asked him if he liked the 787, said his mates love them, and one bloke said it's the best Airbus Boeing ever built. Yeah, cool thing to say. Obviously possibly referring to how efficient and technologically advanced the Airbus is, but there's not that much difference when you look at the flight deck and the layout of the 787 compared to the A350. Both highly advanced aircraft, certainly were when they were launched, very advanced for their in terms of the technology, the flight systems, the electronics, of course, the electrical systems on the Dreamliner. It's just a flying power bank, isn't it? 787. Insane the amount of I'm sure you can run a couple of coffee machines off of them, can't you? I know what Screaming Emu was saying about them burning, what was it, 1.3 kilowatts or something? I don't know. What was he saying? No, that's me talking. Sorry. See, I told you I was useless. Oh, Screaming Emu is here, so maybe he has been witness to that that video that I saw yesterday, I think it was, or was it earlier this morning, of a JetBlue emergency from one of its, from obviously the captain, I would imagine. Sort of like having a bit of an argument almost with air traffic control. JetBlue declaring emergency. We have an 8-year-old child on board. She is I think it was responsive but freaking out, almost like, you know, like having a fit. Yeah, I can see it. What is it? What are you talking about? No, it isn't. Oh, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, it was fake AI. I thought it was a little bit fast as well. I thought it was a little bit fast. Okay, all right. Sorry, screaming in me, I'm hearing that it's nothing like that happened, and it's basically an AI generated story. Doesn't surprise me. I was a little bit sus when it was based on the speed of the conversation. It was almost sped up, a bit like Mickey Mouse. Nice. Actually, is my big rimmed hat in the back of the van? Did I bring that or not? Just wondering. Can you have a look for me, please? Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm not answering that. Who's ringing me there? Hold on, let me answer it. Hello, this is Jerry. Hello? Hello? Sorry, mate. Are you still there? Jerry? Oh, my good God. Can you hear me, yeah? Can you hear me? Oh, my hat's going to go again. My hat's going to go off again, isn't it? It's just really picking up this wind. Oh. Nice. That's a beautiful looking ship. Bloody hell. Is it there or not? Okay. It's fine, mate, it's fine, it's fine. Oh, this looks like a 737 MAX. Based on the, no, I was just looking at the high intensity strobes on it. I might be wrong. No, it is a little bit. It is a little bit blustery now. Wind's becoming a little bit more intense. Might need to. Drop that canopy even a little bit more, to be honest with you. The only thing is that also to compound it a little bit is that the wind is blowing up the side of the van and right up under the canopy. That's I think what the reason for it struggling like it is. Oh, no, we need that side on like that, that's better. Okay, that's on its fullest. Right. If I point that angulated segment into the wind, that should be less heck, mate. It's taking a right old hammering, man. Oh, me hat, Jelly, me hat's gone. Jelly, me hat's gone. It's the most efficient wing in the world, isn't it, that hat? Hold on. Could you grab it for me, please? I'm just, obviously, you know. No, don't throw it up here. You'll never get it up here. Hold on a minute. Yeah, it is a wingtip of a 350, isn't it? Hold on. Yeah, hold on a minute. Let me just grab this. Okay. Okay, go on then, try.
Am I aiming for you to catch?
Well, not now. Yes. I'll have to get down and grab it, won't I? All these poor people, like, when you get off, stop fiddling about with your bloody this, that and the other. Leave your umbrella alone. Probably lost 1,000 viewers. Stop fiddling with your umbrella, Ella. Oh, who's this then? Korean? I thought it was a KLM Asia 777 for a minute. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to fiddle again. Just trying to point that angled segment into the wind, so that the wind doesn't act so much like a sail. I was wondering what the hell that was, you know. Almost looks a bit like a sort of like a offloading lobsters, I'm guessing. Yeah, I mean, of course, a lot of Finnair, if he's referring to Finnair there's a good chance they have a very, mind you, Virgin also do a lot of cargo, a lot of freight, fish freight, don't they? But Finnair will most definitely have a lot of fish on board that aircraft. Freight, that is, not passengers. Oh, nice. Air China. don't know what the MTOW is on that aircraft, but or the fuel number, the trip fuel on that aircraft versus the amount of cargo that it's carrying as well. Oh, nice 350 XWB engine start. What's Pup done? $50, £50 super chat. Good afternoon to you, sir. Thank you so much. He's busy at work. Thanks, Pup. What a start. Charlie Austin, no go-arounds. No, negative. Not even close, to be honest with you. It's a little bit of a stiff southwesterly breeze. I don't know what the winds are doing at the moment. Anybody want to give me those numbers? What was it, 265 at 15 or something like that? I don't know. Yeah, no gusts really. There are little minuscule gusts that I'm getting here, which you could probably hear on the apparatus behind me. It's not me legs creaking. Can you hear that creaking on the stream, Jelly? Can you actually hear it? Yeah, can you hear that creaking, folks? Oh, Pup, thank you for thinking, yeah. Absolutely, mate. Obviously, health and safety is a big part of what I do. I have to have a working at heights certification as well, which I do. Annually, I have to attend a Heathrow health and safety contractors meeting, which basically you have to attend in order to be applicable to work on if you're ever on Heathrow's land. Obviously I need that for other obligations that I have, working not only just from the top of the van but at the top of hotel roofs and stuff like that. 737, yeah, here we go, lot 737. They seem fast, don't they? Always seem to land fast, the 737. Some umbrellas, I know it sounds a bit against the idea of an umbrella, but some umbrella designs do come with openings in the canopy that allows the air to flow a lot better. Whoa, bounced it, he's bounced it. Activate the toga parameters now. I guess it's follow the flight directors, get the information that you've already inputted. You would have already agreed what you're going to do in the case of a go around. Well, that was a big bounce and float. Wow. Hypnotic donkey, I thought you were opening a giant bottle of wine. Yes. He was just going too fast, I think, that guy or girl. The A350, I'm afraid to watch, Chile. Is it? Oh, blimey. Wow. Oh, well, man, we've got to try and get down there, haven't we? Can we just look up what flights are like around about that time? Because we'd have to stay down there a few days, wouldn't we? DC-8. Yeah, that was a very fast approach and attempted landing from that 320. I kind of missed it, but then caught the back end of it. I didn't get the bounce, no. It was already in the air. When I said he's bounced it, he's bounced it. That was, flipping it. I mean, in all honesty, I have been not ignoring the single aisle stuff, but I don't ignore anything really. I just, from time to time, don't get to see it because I've got my eye on something else, and literally it is my eye as well. It's funny when someone says that, I've got my eye on you, mate. I can literally say that, can't I? Okay. Maybe they were just a little bit more forward speed to counteract the winds, I don't know. But now it's a sort of like a northwesterly. Oh. Trust me, he did bounce it. And that, when I caught it, it was post bounce, of course. Seven Lenny came in a little bit hot and heavy. Well, I think it was just he just did have a little bit too much approach speed. Maybe sort of like over that 135, 140 knot mark. Maybe he was just a little bit hotter to counteract that wind. I don't know. Don't know if it's the fade deck that cuts in and does that. because obviously the throttles are in the they're already in the climb detent, and the aircraft's FADEC will control the engine power setting. Obviously the only time that the flying pilot is going to touch the throttles is going to be really unless he did there where, or she did in the case of a go around where you apply full toga thrust. Other than that, it's pulling the throttles back at the point of 30 feet, around about 30 feet on the small Airbus. Flare it at 30 feet and then throttles off. There it is. Nice. Perfect example there. Beautifully executed. It's like a new aeroplane, isn't it? Oh my God, mate. This is doing me in, this flipping thing, this canopy. Oh, I'm going to lose me out again. You lose me bleeding out. I'm going to take this down. Flipping it. No, this is... I've had enough of this now. No. Leave it where it is, mate. Leave it where it is. Hold on. Okay, let it drop, let it drop, let it drop, let it drop. Oh my God. No, let it drop, let it drop. I've got it, I've got it. Now I've just got big glare and reflection, mate. Nice. Yeah. picking up that audio, folks. I hope you're hearing that, because that is a spectacular sound coming from those engines. Oh no, that's too much. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't even take it off. Bloody hell. Oh, there she is. There she is. Oh, the old Aurora Borealis. Isn't there a sort of like a goddess of light and beauty or something that we can call her? Oh, another one. Bloody hell. Not him again, is it? He's gone early this time. No chance of seeing that with my flipping... Oh, God. Aurora, yeah. Auntie Aurora. So I don't know if that was that the same aircraft going around for a second time, or goody yum yum. Oh my god, now I can't see a flipping thing. That wasn't it? Oh, okay. Oh really? Interesting. Okay. Could be a rookie pilot. Mind you, the captain would have slowed him down. What's that, Julie? From when to when? From Monday to... Okay. Oh yeah, that's got to be done then, hasn't it? Okay, oh yes, perfect mate. Yeah, that's perfect, we'll do that. Okay, we're going to Toulouse, folks. We're going to go down and catch the... we're going down the week that apparently the A350 is... yeah. Yeah, it's something you don't want to miss, innit? We're also keen, as I mentioned a long time ago, for another visit to Payne Field, which is basically Seattle, Washington. And at the same time, you kind of want to go to Boeing Field as well. It's quite a busy schedule, that one. Goodies. Okay. Yes. Yeah, 11:20, 9:20 or 10:20 are the rooms, Russell, if you're going. Yeah, same location on 3 floors indeed. But you are going to have to ask them to remove the insect netting, which costs around about $500, I'm afraid. Oh. Well, Russell, yeah, of course, yeah. Sorry, if I mean he can just have that removed. I'm guessing that netting. They've Rico, you are a diamond, but Rico, the manager, the GM, who's been there every time we've visited, is now left the Hilton Miami, I'm afraid. The Blue Lagoon, sorry. Is it part of the Hilton group then, is it? Oh, okay, of course it is, Hilton Blue Lagoon. Right. I have now. Really? Bloody hell. Okay, 30 minutes then. Mark Abraham, good afternoon to you. Richard Hamby. Not at this point, Richard. Yeah, nothing planned for DFW right now. We've done DFW. Obviously, yeah, a couple of years ago. That was great position, great spot that they've. Yeah, Painfield and Bonefield, yeah. Great public spotting area at DFW. Good for them for putting that together. This should stop right opposite us, man, at the exit point. Come on, mate, get it down. Or maybe not. These things stop on a dime, I tell you. Or on a sixpence. Here we go. Oh, he's going to turn it there. Flipping heck. Fair play. Good lad. Who's that? Russell's just done a mega flight, as he say, around the world in 6 days. Wow. Oh man. I don't know if I'll be able to handle that, to be honest with you. I think just Wow. You just have to be sleeping all the time, wouldn't you? Oh, 6 days. Not a lot. Can't have had much turnaround at each individual destination. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, another max. Wow, see how fast they come in, man. I'm not sure about the approach speed being part faster or just the landing speed being faster. Just and there's probably people laughing at me now, you know, we're both the same, or you know, but yeah, just the speed doesn't really die off, does it, that quick? The Airbus A320 certainly appears, or the 220 certainly appears to be slightly slower. It's a 220, I think. Yeah. Oh no, that's quite nippy, isn't it? What's that, Jilly? Walt at Dallas Fort Worth. Yeah, lovely fella. Yeah, really nice guy. Likes his jazz as well, doesn't he? Beacons on for that 350. Aircraft is alive. So there will be an engineer on board that aircraft that's so attaching the tug. If you were to compare the two, you'd certainly notice a much faster speed on the 737. I've always said it, maybe 5 knots faster, I don't know. Gray, you and me both. I have before confused a 220 with a 220 with a 320, calling it out as a 320, a 220 when it's a 320. Yes, can be done. It depends on the angle at which the aircraft's at, the profile that you're seeing, I'm guessing, really. This is always an easy aircraft to distinguish, isn't it? The triple. Oh. Beautiful, man. 350, sorry. What a dimwit. can you make a mistake like that, you dimwit? 777. I was just focused on its engines and fuselage profile. Sorry, I know you're going to come on. It's a 350. It's not a 777. Lufthansa is getting a 220 by the end of the month, Aaron Thomas saying. Awesome. Russell, 1882, $15 super chat. My round the world trip included the 6-stop United Airlines Pacific Island hopper from Guam to Honolulu. Took 12 hours, and Singapore 18 hours for non-stop. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's a mega trip, that is. No, I miscalled it as a triple. I should have noticed by that very wide gate on the 350. Very wide engine gate. The separation between the two engines is really quite far apart, isn't it? Compared to the 777, I think the 777 is a little bit more compact, isn't it? Undercarriage is very widely spaced as well. Lavro, I think it was a real deal for Russ, that mega trip. Yeah. Well, you know what? There's nothing. Is there anything juicy on approach, Jilly? That I'm. Oh, angry tug! Ah, he's just gone. Ah, Virgin using that. Okay, that is an angry tug, but he's got his mouth closed. Okay, yes. Even so, right, Cathay 350 is inbound. At 18 minutes out, right, what is the, is it 44? Right, okay, we're going to be running over a little bit there. Yeah, we're going to overrun a little bit, mate. Yeah, okay. Right, folks, we're going to get a couple more and then head off. Don't forget the sim challenge on Friday. It may turn into a bit of a sim-vestigation, forgive the pun, this Friday night with my instructor, Dean. We're going to be reconstructing an incident that happened. It's in Av Herald. Air France, Boeing 777 freighter from Charles de Gaulle to Mexico City in 2015, basically inputted the wrong weight, aircraft weight, I'm guessing takeoff weight, made a 100-ton error in the calculations. That was the captain that did those calculations. Didn't damage the aircraft. In fact, Air France 6724, AFR 6724 is what we're going to be trying to, that's if I can get the bloody brakes to work. Yeah. Really? Wow. Okay. Okay. Oh, look. It's the biggest peak in the world, I know. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for your company. Thanks for your involvement and interaction throughout the show today. Just get this last streamliner. Oh, if I can. Listen to those brakes, man. Right, everybody, thank you so much. Diesel 1395. Thanks, everybody. Duck-billed platypus. Yes. Yeah, so I googled, basically, I didn't Google, I Amazoned large peak baseball cap, and this is the one that came up. It was either that or one of those crazy ones that the Japanese and China or the Asian lady golf players sometimes wear, which is very exaggerated, almost like the Morecambe and Wise show for baseball caps. But we're going to love you and leave you there, folks. We're just going to run the titles now, just to let you know that you can download the app, by the way, folks, to get your notifications on the app, as well as on YouTube if you're subscribing to the channel. If you do subscribe to the channel, make sure you turn on your notifications so that when we're live on a Sunday or a Wednesday or whenever it is, if we happen to do a random road trip or the sim show, then you'll get your notification. So download the app or subscribe to the channel, whichever way you want to do it. Thank you, everybody. Look after yourselves. Have a great evening or have a great day wherever you are in the world. See you next time. Thanks, Chili. Okay, here we go. Okay, run titles, GP.